Hello, and welcome to some tabletop role-playing gameplay. This is the Intercontinental Group of Awesome, and is brought to you by I-95 Games. We are playing Masks, A New Generation. Masks, A New Generation is written by Brendan Conway and is put out by Magpie Games, and I really enjoy this game. It is a young adult superhero game, as you can tell from the brief flash of cool pictures of cartoony stuff. Inspired by the likes of Young Avengers and Teen Titans and Young Justice especially. Can't wait for third season. Yes, DC Universe, I will sign up for your service as soon as I don't have only Titans and stuff I've seen as an option. When Young Justice third season comes out, I'll beat the doors down, buddy. And in this game, we're in our second official issue, which is second session. Continuing on from previous events. It's been like a month, and I apologize. I take full responsibility for that. There was a bit of travel that was involved. Gauntlet Con was last weekend, and the previous game that was scheduled, and if you tuned in and didn't get to see it, I'm very sorry. In my neighborhood, they are installing fiber. AT&T is installing fiber. Excitement. I have Xfinity, and in installing, digging the little trench, the people who were doing it cut my cable, just snipped it, and it was not fixed for 3 days. So during that period, happened to be Sunday, I kept thinking like I had a schedule for the guys to come by, a technician to come and reconnect, and they didn't show up. So no internet. Surprise, surprise, no game. Apologies. But we are here. Now, those who've watched issue 1, you'll notice that we are sans serif. I like that. It's almost like a font or something. We don't have serif player. Jen she's out of town. So we're going to continue forward. Luckily, the events of issue 1 left her at a cliffhanger that we will just elide past because we have people in other places. Works out well. This will be one of those issues where you're like, wait, where is so-and-so? And it's because that player isn't here. In Masks Halcyon City, we have a group of young adults. Several of them are in high school, and a pair of them are in college. And by pair of them, I mean half-time Armature, because she's very flexible and goes to high school and college. As a personal experience, that can be done. It works out, more or less. It's kind of weird. You feel like you're in two places at the same time, but never a member of either. Now, let's get to know and remind ourselves, because it's been a month, of the characters that we'll be playing with today, and then we'll pick right back up where we left off last session. Alex, remind us, who are you playing?
I'm Armature, the brain, and maybe somebody else would like to introduce, because the baby monitor is now being shouted through.
All right, Alex, we're going to skip you. You're playing Armature. We're going to skip over to Paul. I just don't want to make Paul go first, because I always make Paul go first. But now you get to go second, because technically Alex went. You're in the middle. Paul, please remind us who you're playing, and I'll show a quick picture of your character.
I am playing Viridian, who is a legacy of the Arcanists, and he's got magic powers. And even though Armature thinks that's all BS, that it's just science by another name, but he's got magic powers, so whatever. And also lives basically in a mansion on an island, and so that's cool.
A magic island, we would think.
A magic island.
Yeah. And just for those who like pretty pictures, this is someone aboard. Who's this? Who's this, Paul?
That's my dad. That's Magister Justinian.
That's right. And Magister Justinian. Yeah, go ahead.
He's the biggest deal of the arcane as far as heroes go in Halcyon City.
That's right. And we are playing as official as we can to the canon of Halcyon City. So that is important information. Jan, please remind us who you are playing, sir.
I am playing Marcus Meyer, aka Atlas. He is the Bull, which is a playbook where, like Captain America and Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, people that have been had some stuff done to them, and are now very strong. And yes, Atlas, or well, Marcus used to have some disease that was messing up his muscles. Didn't come from a very rich family, so couldn't afford very proper care for it. And then someone offered to help him out. And now, after he escaped from those people, he is he's very strong and not quite used to his strength yet. Oh, and also he's grown a foot, so now he's like 7'5",
which is awesome. Thank you very much. And then Alex, we'll circle back around to you if you could.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm Unisha Upal, the brain, aka Armature. I'm I guess yeah, I'm a here on scholarship, and I am very clever and have made my own prosthetic limbs for when I lost some as a child to landmines. And there was no bad consequences to my trying to create a sentient mass of robots to clear landmines.
Totally no bad consequences.
No, it's all good.
And Anil totally doesn't know that.
Nope. It's a complete secret. Not that there's anything to be a secret.
Wait, does Anil officially not know?
No, he does know, actually.
He does know. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
Anil is the
just
one that knows.
All right, awesome. And in case anyone's curious and likes cool art, this is the thing that should be clearing landmines, but might not be anymore. Or maybe it is clearing landmines for other individuals. All right, to remind folks...
It's a good thing that it doesn't look like a Geth, and, you know...
It's what? There was Legion. He was nice.
Yeah, exactly. Geth, perfectly good. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're sweet. They're adorable. Right? Wait, you guys played that version of Mass Effect, didn't you? Okay. Here is what happened in issue 1. The folks had a garage band play, and there was some discussion. Oh, I have to show people the thing. So there was a discussion around what to name the group, and available on i95 games right now, right, Paul?
I will remember to put it up as soon as we're done.
Okay, cool. So the name of the group is Teenage Gerbil Uprising. You get a little bit of art. You can download this for free of charge for your like lock screen or your home screen, like I have, and or not. It's totally up to you, but it's pretty adorable. And that group was playing, and there was a car crash outside, and the intrepid heroes, including Seraph, the character who's not here right now. She is a Janus, so she was in her secret identity, and she tried to get out to help out. The others had run off and found that Coppertop, who is an electricity-based hero, a member of the group known as the Transcendent Crusaders, was chasing after a villainess named Saf, or Safia, who has blinking powers, proclaiming that she had shamed him, and it looked as if he might be trying to kill her. Destroyed her car, caused her to get into a wreck, was physically assaulting her, and Safia, as revealed on the newspaper report, or not, sorry, the news report, the news bulletin that poor Seraph was forced to endure briefly. Safia used to be a hero. She was part of a pair. The other member of her little duo was Cypher, or Cryptor. Sorry, Cryptor, otherwise known as Xander. And Xander had been accused and arrested by Coppertop and members of the Transcendent Crusaders for stealing a large amount of money. And because he was a hero, they threw the book at him. And she, in turn, turned villainous and has robbed a few banks because, teleportation powers make that kind of easy. And was mostly a trickster. That's how she was known. She hadn't actually harmed anyone physically. And she definitely hadn't harmed Coppertop during this conflict. Now, during the ensuing fight, there was a bakery that was wrecked. Sorry, but it was a little bit by Atlas. Hey, he didn't mean to.
It was actually kind of kind of Viridian's fault.
It's true.
I mean, Atlas was the projectile, but I think I threw him.
We can all agree it was everyone else's fault except.
No, I think Viridian's taken this one on the chin. And so Atlas caused a little bit of a mess, or Atlas was used to cause a mess. You guys saved the people in the bakery, and that was pretty wonderful. Fight continued. Seraph tried to save Safia's life. Sorry for the two S names. Safia being the teleporting trickster. Seraph tackled her when she was falling, and the two of them teleported away. Now, during the fight, Viridian attempted a portal spell, if I remember. Wasn't it basically a teleportation of your own? It's more long distance. Safia's like a blinker. You're more of a using magic to transport yourself. That didn't go so well. Where is it that you ended up, Viridian?
We're in the food court at the mall.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I thought you really looked thirsty.
And per player request, you guys are standing right in front of an Orange Julius. For those of you too young to know what that is.
Or too European.
Or too European. Yes, thank you. It's not just age, it's also location. Orange Julius was a place that was in many malls back when malls were a thing. They're a little less so now. And they served this weird orangish drink called Orange Julius and hot dogs, if I remember correctly, Paul. Remember if I'm wrong there.
Indeed.
And people ate them and drank them. And there's probably some regrets involved with that, I would think. So the two of you are there. And if I remember, Girl from Ipanema was playing in the background in the mall. Armature was still with Coppertop. Sorry? You were going to say?
Like the 101 strings version, the Muzak version, yes.
Yes, absolutely. The 101 strings version. I now will remember that for Musaking. Armature, you were with Coppertop. You're trying to give him some bit of a plan there, and he was still looking for Saf.
I think I climbed up onto the Dr. Octopus up to the roof of the bakery building, and then I was like giving advice to Seraph on the way to kind of make Copperhead's Coppertop or Copperhead. People are nodding, but it doesn't really help because I don't know.
You give us an either or, and we nod quietly. Yes, Coppertop, like a battery.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think I was giving advice to Seraph on how to kind of make his powers backfire on him. But it didn't go that well, because I saw that he was more of a danger than
Safia
was at this moment.
Awesome. So we'll pick up. We saw the flash of Orange Julius and the food court and Girl from Ipanema, but we pick up with you, Armature.
Yeah.
And Coppertop, you hear the whoa, 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 whoa as he floats up and kind of rises higher and higher towards your vantage point. He's scanning the ground, and he looks over at you and he says, "Girl, if you consider yourself a hero, you will help me to apprehend this villainess."
Now, sir, I agree. Theft is not a laughing matter, but you do see the damage you're causing. And I kind of gesture to
The Transcendent Crusaders have insurance that'll be taken care of. As you know, sometimes a few eggs are broken to make the proper omelet. Now, are you too afraid? If so, you should step aside, little girl. Or are you actually a hero? And he's trying to use his influence to tell you that you need to be superior.
I will try and what's the term?
Reject his influence?
I will reject his influence.
Awesome. When you reject someone's influence, roll. On a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out. That is a flat 2d6 roll. No benefits unless you're a delinquent, because they're really good at telling people to hose off.
What's the flat roll? Flat, there we go.
That is a 2 and a 4. That is a miss. So the good news is you get an experience point, which in this game is called potential. And the less than good news is on a miss, their words hit you hard. Mark a condition, and the GM, that's me, will adjust your labels. And since we're in Roll20, I'll literally go in and adjust your labels, but I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Oh. I think I actually get angry at this.
That fits. I am moving your superior up to a 3. Which means you are really good at assessing the situation and provoking someone. But I am going to move your savior down by 1 to your ability to defend. Because he doesn't want you to save anyone. He wants you to be superior here and to help him take down someone, to be righteous.
Okay, so he's kind of floating at my level.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like trying to hold my anger back a bit. But I think I kind of zoom kind of forward, like slamming my kind of prosthetic kind of tentacles into the kind of ground right on the edge of this building with like a noticeable like slam down. Like, so it's like a real thunk embedding in, and get right up to him. Like, are people's lives worth this as well?
Of course not. Don't even be foolish.
See
Perhaps
down there?
Yes. Some people might have been hurt, but if I recall, maybe your battlefield awareness is not quite to my level. That was caused by one of your inept teammates, not by me. You're obviously no help. And with that, he is going to hover away, disgusted by you and your lack of assistance and his desire to gain revenge.
Yeah, I kind of lost my steam because of the... Yeah, that was them. As he's kind of floating away, I'm like calling on the kind of communication system. I was like,
oh, that's right. You guys have the communication system that, if I remember correctly, like nobody else can use against you. Yeah.
Guys, I'm alone here. Where did you go?
Well, when I respond, you will hear ting, 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 ting in the background. Yeah, we're just...
Why are we here? What happened?
I brought you here for a very specific and important reason.
Get us back.
What he said.
I will attempt to get us back.
Order 42, you hear over a little speaker coming from the Orange Julius. Order 42, Atlas. Order 42.
Atlas, can you grab our drinks and then I'll get my mojo working?
Work fast.
So I will... I guess I'm doing that thing, right? Which is freak.
Oh, you want to unleash your powers? Yeah, go ahead and roll plus freak to unleash your powers.
I don't think Atlas would fit in most lift cars, so yeah, I'll unleash.
I think they've rolled out the Uber Super, which is oversized and specifically reinforced. It's basically a paddy wagon with Uber stickers on the outside.
Okay. That's an 8.
Oh, well. On a 7 to 9 with unleashing powers, you do it. On a 7 to 9, you mark a condition, or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary, which is kind of how you ended up here, if I remember correctly.
So I will mark, because despite the fact that I'm trying to sound, cool, I am going to mark insecure.
Oh, that seems appropriate. Now, the good news from that means that it is not unstable and you do exactly as you intended. And it appears that Coppertop is going to fly away and continue in search of Safia. And you appear on top of the roof where you had left, or near where you had left that bakery. There's a fire engine coming. You hear police sirens, and you see Armature there. What do you do? Armature, of course, you see them.
Where'd they go?
Well, while you were leaving, I see they've got drinks. For drinks. They flew away, and Sarah disappeared, leaving me to fight Coppertop alone. I'm not exactly, that's what we have you for.
Well, I'm sorry, but Viridian here just picked me up and took me away.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Look, okay, you went this way. And if we can catch up with him, maybe we can stop this getting out of hand more than it has.
Right.
Um,
Let's go then.
So which
Should we
do we
get-
seen which? Actually,
What?
I'll roll. I'm going to assess the situation.
Oh, that's a fine idea.
Yep.
It sounds like that's what you want to do. So,
By the way,
perfect.
does the kind of conditions, does that automatically get taken into account on?
That is a great question. I don't
Not that
think so.
it does.
It does?
Only if you roll, it should lower your roll if it's.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
Well, I don't
test
think-
one. I'll test one real quick. I'm going to do a test roll.
Okay. I'll let you do your roll.
It did not take it out.
Oh.
Because I just rolled superior for armature, and that should have been. Oh no!
No,
Angry only affects. No, you don't have anything against it. Angry affects comfort or support. And
I'm going
pierce
to
the mask. Insecure is defend and reject what others say.
Yeah, so it doesn't make a difference to this roll. I just.
Oh well, then I rolled the wrong thing to test it. I'm a doof. I apologize.
I'll do a quick save your roll because that's affected. Yeah. Oh, you did. Okay.
Doesn't look like it does because you have 2 moves on mundane, pierce the mask and comfort or support, and angry only affects comfort or support. Oh, it both. Well, it should have affected it. It didn't. All right, so we now have our answer. It does not come in. Do you actually need to put in that modifier?
No, it does. It says
Yeah.
it's
rolled a-
-3.
Sorry, I saw
What?
the minus
Yeah,
3.
it's working.
That's right.
We don't have
So-
to think about that.
It
Jan
does
is
not.
right.
Wait, my mundane didn't.
You might be missing the.
Oh yeah, it did. It did. I
Yeah,
see it.
so Jan is correct. It takes it into account. Thank you,
Okay.
Jan.
Moving on. Roll. I'm reading this, assessing the situation.
Okay. Roll that beautiful baked bean footage.
Boom.
Wow. There's a killer good hit, although with a +3. Why am I so surprised?
Yep. Let's have a look. Okay, what/who here can I use to catch up with Coppertop?
Oh, you know the Viridian should be able to use one of his powers to help carry Atlas.
Yeah.
That'd be the best way to catch it. Coppertop is away from you,
Yeah.
but he is not being subtle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
How can we best end this quickly?
Oh, yeah. So it turns out, as you are kind of looking through everything, you've got your devices. It turns out that bag that Atlas is holding, along with his orange Julius, like the drink tray of 2 cups. You see there are a number of little drones that are climbing out of that look incredibly familiar. Like as in maybe yours, as in maybe not yours anymore, but you originally created it, perhaps. And the little tentacle that's sliding and slithering out of it. You could probably use, your greatest shame to stop Coppertop. It's obviously the most powerful thing here.
Yeah. Is there? I mean, I don't know if I think I've used up my hold, but
You get 2, with assess.
yeah. But a little follow up.
Sure.
Is there many of those drones?
In fact, say what again? I'm sorry.
Drones? Are there many of them?
There appear to be a small cluster.
Small cluster.
Yes, it is a portion of, but not the whole.
I kind of freeze up for a second, just like when I see them.
Like in the meantime, I think while he's thinking about it, Atlas is already going like so that way, right? And he's stepping back a few steps so that he can take a running a run up to a jump to the next roof.
I have shake up. Viridian,
Yes.
Yes.
Do what?
Get us to Coppertop. I need to scan.
So here's my okay. Coppertop is on the move, in the air, so I can get us to where he is when I teleport us. But he will continue moving. So
Okay, current speed. Get us about. Teleport us in 6.3 meters.
Meters
ahead.
This much.
I love John playing the American.
And my cables kind of stretch out to give the exact physical representation.
All right. So I will put a hand on both their arms, and this means that since Atlas was already ready to, since Atlas was just about to jump off, that it may be a little awkward because there's no way I can restrain him, but hopefully, and then I will teleport us 6.3 meters or this far from ahead of Coppertop on the.
Because you're acting on the assess, I'll go ahead and extend that +1 to you, so you can take a +1.
Right, so I will unleash again. +1. That is a 9.
Oh, a 9er. If only someone could help you.
I don't think I'm being very helpful. So Alex, you're muted. You are muted.
You are muted, Alex. Can I hear you?
Wouldn't Atlas be like the most physically able to do something once in midair, and
Oh yes, absolutely.
like if we actually got on it in range, but we're kind of off.
Oh, as in we end up too high in the sky, and I just go like, grab.
That would be awesome. I really like that. Please make that happen.
In that case, I'm definitely trying to help.
Awesome. So all you have to do is say you're doing it, and we'll blow that team pool. I've already marked it down because, like, I think
that's
one last session. I'm sorry. Go ahead. That is
that's a full success.
It is. Do you teleport? Like you end up on a rooftop? You like grab everybody and kind of drop down to the rooftop, and Coppertop looks over. Are you going to be useful this time, little girl?
I'm going to stop you from causing more chaos and letting you realize what damage you're doing.
You see that he flings out his fingers and electricity arcs between the two of them.
Yeah, you need to be more careful, man.
Hovering towards you guys.
I want to kind of provoke him to kind of understanding that he's
I
look right up at him, not making any moves again, but arms folded, or my prosthetic arms folded, and just like, are you going to continue having this tantrum?
Nice. That sounds awesome. Go ahead and roll to provoke.
Oh no, it's not. There's no negatives on this.
Oh my goodness! You just rolled an 11 natural with a 14.
Kapow!
Yeah, I don't even know what that means, but it means something great. Cool. So you were trying to provoke him to heed your words about, hey, you're making more of a mess than anything you're clearing up, and it reaches him. His face, from that stern look, he's got that like old style mustache, right? And he's got the stern eyebrows, and he looks around and lowers himself down to the rooftop instead of hovering above you. And he says, "You, my God, what have I done? You don't understand what she did to me. I was so angry. No one was hurt. You saved them from the bakery.
No one.
Right?
That fall hurt, though.
He's fine.
Good.
Fine.
Oh. You look fine, son. Listen, you understand that I was trying to apprehend a villainess. Perhaps I was a bit overzealous.
Bits.
See, here's the thing.
We're doing a lot of talking and not apprehending her.
Also, it just so happens that all of us have studied our English more recently than you, and apprehend doesn't mean beat the crap out of.
Granted, there's a problem. Son, what's going on with your hand over there? And he points to you, Atlas. Viridian, that is where you glance over to see that Atlas currently has like this slithering tendril around his forearm that looks vaguely similar to Armature's tendril. And the bag is being moved along with the Orange Julius bag. We're getting kickbacks from Orange Julius. I don't know if you guys knew that. No, we're not.
I don't think they have much of a marketing budget anymore.
We have blown the 2018 and 2019 marketing budget on this one episode of a YouTube show that exactly 0 viewers are watching right now. Yes, that's Orange Julius. That's brought to a mall near Europe. No, so the Orange Julius bag is like hovering above, and the tentacle is moving up your forearm, Atlas. It was very gentle, kind of like a spider.
Yeah, and I mean, I just look at it and go like, huh? And I grab it and try to pull it off.
Cool. You can rip the bag off, And what you see is a mass of tendrils that look akin to armature, what armature wears, except that it only has a single red, like, glowing ocular implant in it. And then it starts to expand around your arm. Like the tendrils start to grow.
Oi.
And there's maybe 40 of them now. What do you do?
Stop it! Stop it! I'm trying to shake it off.
Stay still. Let me. And I.
I'm not definitely not staying still. It's like
While he's doing that, I'm trying to. I think use construct something to bind it from, like, the little bits of pieces I have.
All right. So it sounds like you want to engage a move here.
Yes. I'm just checking if there's a roll with this. I get to unleash my powers with Superior.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about always prepared?
Yes, I won't have any. I will have to mark a condition after this because I will reach 0. But yes, I think this needs to be contained.
Okay, fair.
I can. Yeah. So I quickly try and release a little magnetic drone that's key to the composition of this to kind of just hold this swarm as like a ball.
Nice.
That
Okay.
can't move or expand. Yep, I got 9.
Okay, and you are unleashing your powers.
Yeah.
So, do you want this to be unstable or temporary, or are you going to mark another condition? Remember, when you fill up all your conditions, you're out of the scene.
You can tell me how it's unstable or temporary.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, cool. So you try to bubble it up with some kind of magnetic force, and it appears to be working. Like the tendrils all come around. You guys ever seen the kind of magic ball where it's got the electrical arc and you touch it and it comes up to your hand? Like imagine the reverse, as if the tendrils are coming out and it's touching against that magnetic force that your device is using to hold it in stasis right on your forearm, Atlas. But as it's tinking away and trying to test it, try to find a weak spot, you have a feeling this is not going to last long. Atlas, and I'm going to get to you in just a second, Viridian, but Atlas, in your head, you hear, "Call upon me. Call upon me, and I will shear this thing from your arm and free you."
and like you see Atlas looking around like, where's that voice coming from? And then he's going like, yeah, shear away.
Oh, sweet. That sounds amazing. I'm answering a quick question. I think it was that. Yep. I was like typing, and I should have looked at the second thing that you said, Paul. Yes, I believe it was travel, binding, and scholarship, if I remember correctly. Okay, so yes, summon away. Sounds amazing. You do that thing. And so as Armature, you're looking at the magnetic bubble that you've created. You see in Atlas's left hand appears that claymore. I think we have a picture for this, do we not, Alex?
We do? Wow. I haven't seen it yet.
I know. I'm like springing it on you. Jan didn't even know that that somebody had burned the midnight oil, as it were, to create something cool. So give us just a minute. Sorry for I should have revealed this to Alex, like in the back. Like, okay, what's going on? Yes. Yeah, look, he looks like He-Man. It's a new pose. I love that. It's super dope. I love that sword. It makes me so excited. That is totally awesome. Sweet. So, yeah, that's the sword that we see. You've got it in your hand now, Atlas. it would be so easy to just slide down your arm. You won't even cut yourself. You feel the power. You have the power. Sorry, I couldn't resist it.
I
Yes.
have the power.
I couldn't resist.
I mean, yeah. This is the first time that this he was already confused by the voice. Now he's like, huh? Where? How? Okay. And yeah, he'll go to town.
Okay, we are using a custom move from the Halcyon City Herald's Halcyon City Herald Collection. It's HCHC. It is when you tap into Eldritch powers, whether through an artifact, a power source, or a spell or ritual. This will be an artifact. Roll plus freak.
All right. I will roll plus freak. Character sheet is over here. Freak. Oh, I'm pretty freaky.
It appears to be a 7. What is Alice's freak? Oh, you're very freaky. Cool. On a 7 to 9, the Eldritch power you tap into takes influence over you. Expect it to ask you for something. So here, Viridian and Armature, you both hear this as Atlas very smoothly slices across Coppertop's, just gaping at this, slices the thing in half. The little red eye falls down, the little ocular falls to the top of the rooftop here to the tar and gravel rooftop, and you both hear a little squeaky little mechanical voice, and it sounds like, and then it's in a piteous voice. You think you hear it say "Mama," and then the red light winks out. Like it's one of those where, like, you remember the end of Terminator, the original Terminator, like when the Terminator's red eyes, and it goes down, and all of the tendrils fall off of you like spaghetti, and you're holding a claymore. And Coppertop says, where did you get that sword, son? You need to give me that sword.
It kind of just came to me. It just appeared? Or do you mean originally?
Yes, originally. Where did you find that?
Oh, that was at the lecture. Back there was a lecture a while ago, and there was this.
It was Captain Forsyth's collection.
Yes.
I knew it.
I used the sword then to fight some armor. Now it's here again. I'm not sure how that happened.
Forsyth. And Forsyth didn't take this from you. Forsyth allowed you to take this sword.
Well, I mean, I didn't have it on me just now. It sort of. It said that it could help me.
Of course it said that. Son.
Wait, that's normal? Talking sword?
Viridian, you need to speak with your father. This artifact needs to be destroyed.
I don't know about destroyed. What kind of knowledge do you have of the arcane?
I know enough to be a believer in his power, and that sword has done a great deal of evil. Listen, if you see Safia, she does need to be apprehended.
Hey, not to try and change the subject, but like swords just help me again. Hey, is this one of yours?
I think I'm like quietly on the ground collecting the parts and like sealing them up in some sort of little bag I had.
Nice. Just happen to have that. It's like a little bag. Yeah, you just carry around a little baggies just in case.
Yeah, I carry lots of things. Like just
So is it one of yours then? I guess
kind of.
it was getting kind of friendly with me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I broke it.
That's okay. That was probably for the best.
At some point, you will see Armature. You will see Viridian giving you a very sort of hard and thoughtful look.
I totally kind of look away from that guiltily. Is it okay if we don't talk about this now?
Okay.
Coppertop says, "Kids, thank you for understanding. I will."
We still have to catch them, right? Well, you know.
Yes, Safia needs to be brought to justice, but perhaps not in the method that I was using before. I'll continue to look for her. But
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no idea where they are, what direction they went. So
she was with your friend, the girl in the wings.
yes,
She reminds me of Avian. That's a team member of yours, or just a?
She is our friend and team member. Yes.
If you could reach out to her and find Safia, I would appreciate it.
I am, and I make a call on the comms.
There's no answer.
I figured that.
Like with a sort of dreamy voice, Atlas says, "Her name is her name is what was her name again? Shit.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Her name is Sarah."
Very well. You should get that. I don't know if that's some kind of infection, son, but that whatever was happening, you should get that looked at. And again, that sword, Viridian, I'm going to tell your father if that's not taken care of soon.
I will speak to my father as soon as I have a chance.
I'll give you a day. And he turns and he steps off of the edge of the building and then hovers down and summons an Uber super, and he'll be taking off. What do you guys do?
Well, my van is nearby, which, because it has room for the band equipment, also probably has room for Atlas. And
I think Atlas is standing there, and he throws the sword on the ground, and then he sort of goes like, "Come back."
It just lays there.
I'm not sure how that works.
I suggest we need to find Seraph.
I need to quarantine this. I just kind of gesture to the bag. I look to him, to Viridian, I'm like, it's not good that this is here.
I assumed not.
What is it?
It's a villain from India.
A villain. Looks a lot like your arms.
Yes.
Are you a villain?
No.
I don't think so.
Atlas, I'm not a villain.
Are you related to a villain?
Okay, it's
A sort of maternal relationship. Just kidding.
I give Atlas a poke, Viridian like a poke in the stomach. With, this comes out of the side, just poke. Enough to slightly wind him. It's something I made to help, and it didn't end up like that.
Overly friendly.
You could say that. I'll deal with it. You don't need to worry about it.
Well, I mean, it did just try to fill me up.
I was like giving him a withering look, I think.
I think the armature just shared a vulnerability or weakness with someone.
Oh, I suppose that they did, yeah.
Yeah.
The brain, when you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, hold 2. Spin the hold 1 for 1 to clear a condition or add 1 team to the pool when you are with them. Or when you are with them.
I got hold 2. I'm not angry or insecure. I'm gonna remove those.
That's pretty handy.
I'm still
Yay,
guilty.
vulnerability.
But
Cool. As you guys are standing on the rooftop and you reveal that information to Atlas, you two were talking. Viridian, you see this outline, like someone's just done a quick sketch drawing of the silhouette of Sister Occultus, and it's glowing slightly. What's her primary color? Like, you're green, right? That's a big thing for Viridian. What would you say Sister Occultus's magical color is?
Oh, I think she's probably primarily wears black.
Ooh, nice.
That seems right for Sister Occultus.
And does she lean into this? She's not a Catholic sister, right? She's just Sister Occultus, like Brother Voodoo.
Right.
It's just a thing,
right? Yeah,
cool. But she is not. She's not Indian, right? She just happens to be part of the order. Cool. So, do you know who would play her? I think we may have had this conversation, and my notes are insufficient. Dame Judi Dench is who would play her. I found my note right here. I literally looked down and saw it. I'm sorry.
Judi Dench, but think as if she was costumed for a Tim Burton movie.
Oh, that is so dope. Early Tim Burton, not
Yes,
yes, I love it. So you see Dame Judi Dench, longer hair, probably framing her face rather well, and she looks intently at you and says, "Viridian."
Yes, sister.
Do we see or hear this?
Yes, you do see and hear this.
I'm totally starting to scan this.
Awesome. It is. I mean, unless you would engage a move, it's just a thing you're doing offhand. It doesn't register.
I'm frowning.
You see it.
And I'm just squinting huh?
What is this mess that you are in right now? I've seen it on the telly.
Coppertop claims he was trying to catch Sophia, but it really looked like he just was wanting to beat the crud out of her, and now Sophia and our friend Seraph have vanished. Seraph is not responding to comms.
Sounds like a right mess.
It is, sister.
Do you need my help, son?
Sort of a half smile. What's the catch, sister?
Well, The catch is that you're admitting that you can't do it on your own.
You know what? I will look the image of her right in the eye, and I'll say, you know what? You're right. I'm fairly certain I can't do this on my own.
I see.
What's happening?
Very well. And she gives you this like withering look of disappointment, and she is trying to shift your labels. Just by making you admit that, she is trying to tell you that you're a little bit more mundane in her eyes.
Oh yeah, that was me accepting.
Okay, cool.
What I
Just
knew
making
you
sure.
were doing.
Like, I want to do the mechanics of it. So good.
I kind of want to lean in because, you know, at the moment, Viridian is my rival, and I'm like, yeah, maybe you should take some teleportation classes.
Thanks, Atlas. You're a pal.
She disappears, and by accepting her influence, she will shift your mundane up by 1, and she will then shift your superior down by 1. If you could take care of that, that would be awesome. You've gathered up your parts. The claymore, after this conversation where you leaned in, Atlas, you look back down on the ground where you dropped your claymore. It's not there anymore.
So that's weird. Did you
Since I
teleport it?
did not teleport it.
Is it in the food court?
I hope
Do you
not.
think it's phase shifted?
What?
No, I think it's a magic sword and it goes where it wants.
No, but really,
Wait, is it also being friendly with me? Like your tentacle friend?
I guess you have that effect on things.
Yes, everyone wants to be your friend, Atlas. Hey, Rich, in the brief
Not true.
moment that I had, I'm not really trying to get so far as to engage a move on this, but was there anything that struck me as familiar about that sword based on supernatural scholarship?
Oh, that is a great question. And I know you're saying you don't want to engage a move, but I really like the idea of you doing something along
Okay,
those lines
I
that
will.
could engage something. As I look, I think you're assessing the situation. Not a whole lot of questions that super fit there, but you could be unleashing your powers to try to understand it is magical.
If given a choice, I will unleash because my superior is now -2. So if given a choice, I will unleash once more. Sorry to keep it.
Extending sensors, so
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'm doing it. That is a full hit, Rich. A full hit.
Oh, goodness.
I don't have the basic moves open. Can you?
Absolutely. Basic move is basically it is the do it or don't move of masks. It's the catch-all when you on a hit you do it, on a 7 to 9 you mark a condition at GM. So basically on a hit you did the thing and there are no negative or problematic consequences resulting from that. So yes, you know you remember having seen this sword in a book that you skimmed over once. You recall that it is a cursed sword of great eldritch power. And there's probably more information that you could get by researching that book further.
Cool.
You can remember what book you need to go to. Like you can remember the spot in the library if you've ever had
Right.
that kind of.
Actually, that's good. Yeah, that fits in perfectly with. I was just going to describe what that would look like to you
Ooh,
guys.
cool. Yes.
Basically, it looks like I just went into a brief trance. But what's going on internally? So I'm like staring off into space. But what's going on internally is the arcanists, most of them use the Renaissance memory technique called the memory palace, where you put certain items of knowledge or things that you want to remember in a carefully constructed mental construct of a house or a palace or a library.
You're Sherlock Holmesing this shit.
What?
You're Sherlock Holmesing this shit.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, when I close my eyes or stare off into space, I'm actually walking through an imagined space that brings me to where I need to know it. And then now I know where the book is. So
like it tickles me that like as the camera is following you through that mental palace, you vaguely hear Atlas droning on a bit in the background, like, well, actually, people are not that friendly because they tend to be scared because I'm so big and.
Perfect. I love that.
Sorry, a jet just went overhead. It was rather loud. I thought I'd just stay muted and have you guys sit in silence rather than. I mean, if I'd timed the game better, I could have had a jet attack. Probably would have been Starscream mostly so I could do the voice poorly. Anyway, so where do we pick up? Do we pick up, like, I think this is in scene, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be like, hey, guys, shouldn't we go back to like the rest of the band and like, you know, make sure that everyone's okay?
And yes, and as we're walking back to the house, I finally
Ashley's still there.
Yes, I finally reach out and grab my orange Julius from the drinks tray, and start drinking it on the way back to the house.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys are walking off, and then we pick up, like you walk off of. I'm going back to comics panels, right? You walk off to the. As you're looking, you're walking off to the right of the panel, and then you're walking up to the garage, and we hear the sound that I don't know how you would onomatopoeia it, but it's the sound of drinking the last bit, like a with the thing that where a waitress better be getting her ass over here to refill my drink noise that I make sometimes. Yep. And
SKKU.
Yes,
yeah,
you onomatopoeized it. Yep. I love it.
Yeah, and then I'm imagining like what you actually see is then you hear that or see that in the bubble, but then what you actually see is Viridian trying to toss it into a trash can that was emptied earlier this morning by the garbage pickup people and missing, so he has to go over and pick it up.
Oh, poor guy. It's not your day. Lisbeth, Unyoung Kim, and Dimitri are all like standing outside. The garage door is open. They have the drum set and everything, and the keyboard, and they all kind of come outside as you guys are walking up. And Unyoung Kim walks up. We saw most of what you guys were doing, that bakery thing. That was, wow, just wow.
Yeah.
I fell off the building.
Are you okay? She comes up and she like reaches for your hand, and you're gigantic, right? And she's tiny because she's like a 5'2" girl, and so she like both hands on your hand and touching it. Are you okay? She pats your forearm a little bit.
I'm okay. Thank you.
And then she continues standing there, holding your hand with her hands. Like, are you sure? Do you need a drink or a back rub or anything?
And I think like Atlas is actually blushing a bit. Like, no, I'm okay. Thanks.
I told you people like you.
Where's Ashley?
Yeah, that's what Lisbeth says. Yeah, where's Ashley? She was here and then she kind of disappeared. We thought maybe she was worried about you guys. And did you see her?
No. But then I also was in the food court for a bit. So maybe, but
We were moving quite fast.
That really pretty angel girl. She's okay? Elizabeth asks. Mostly looking at you, Viridian.
They're. We'll find her. I called in some help.
Okay.
I very noticeably give Viridian some little side eye. I am somebody who's going to miss clues.
Is that what the sister is helping with?
You asked about the girl with the angel wings. Yes, that's what the sister is helping with.
Oh, okay.
That's what she said she was helping with. Sarah.
It's fine, Atlas.
Young Kim asks, "You have a sister, Viridian? Cool. Does she live out on that island too?"
Didn't look like him.
It's a title.
I think it's like a nun.
Oh.
Scariest nun I've seen. Not that I've seen many nuns.
It's like a black see-through nun.
Dimitri's like, "Did you guys see that movie, The Nun? It's crazy."
Yeah, I saw it.
And then that seemed to kind of like break it. Like they're no longer talking about your heroics out there. They're talking about The Nun and chatting about it. And yeah, do you guys just hang out with the band here?
Yeah. I think I would excuse myself fairly quickly because I need to quarantine this thing. I have to make sure it's diffused and
Cool. Okay. Do you guys follow along as Armature goes to try to quarantine her shame? I mean, that tentacle robot thing.
I don't think Marcus does. Like he. I mean, he's not even suited up or anything like that. He's just, in his gigantic civvies.
I think I would almost be asking Viridian if he could teleport me back, but then I'm like, then I kind of bring out the phone and
No, I'd be happy to give you a ride. You'd be my car is here.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah. There's obviously a definite switch of gears once I realize car is the offer, not teleportation.
Yes.
Like
Marcus, are you sure you don't want to ride?
He's fine. He's fine. I can make sure you get home, Young Kim says excitedly.
Probably have to tie him to the top of her Fiat or something.
Yeah, maybe.
It's okay. I don't like. It's not that far. We're pretty close outside of Lincoln, so I have long legs.
I'll walk with you.
Okay. That's nice of you.
She glances over at Liz, and Liz is like, "It's okay."
Just like she's getting close. She's getting close, but she's not quite my love yet. Not just yet.
No, it's okay. Kim doesn't understand your mechanics. She's just going for her own thing. She's trying to provoke you.
No, I'm just going like she's getting there.
So fickle, so very fickle.
So let's
No, it's fine. You're still my rival.
let's pick up with you guys in the van heading back. Any conversation there, or should we skip ahead to?
Maybe I would invite him into at least into the shop.
Yeah. That sounds awesome.
So I'm imagining that in the van, what you've got is like 3 or 4 frames of us just sitting in uncomfortable silence with no speech bubbles.
With secrets and
Yeah. I can imagine that. Like three straight panels of us just like, in the middle one, Armature is looking at Viridian.
Yeah.
Just like side eye, and then
some side eye back.
Yeah.
And then straight ahead.
And then to the shop.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Nice. So what do we see when this is the first time we've seen the shop?
Yeah, I mean it's a little cliche, but I'm thinking, corner shop thing. It's kind of grocery shop, I guess.
Little bodega, I think is the what I have in my head. It's like a grocery shop that's more like part for a small neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they sell like all the little stuff like light bulbs and batteries
a real mix of things.
Yep.
You could do food shop a little bit of like you say, light bulbs and such, batteries. I think they've got a little bit of home cooked food.
Nice.
Like by the counter, we can get some
like Middle Eastern style home cooked food.
Yeah, kind of like samosas, kora, yeah.
Nice. I like it a lot.
Pizza money and bhajis.
Ha.
So then you see Ramesh and Bonita are there, right? They both work and operate the store. So and they're not going to call you Armature. Unisha, how are you?
Hey, Bonita. Hey, Ramesh.
Anil.
It's good to see you both.
And I think Bonita, she will she goes over and she pulls out some like a yoo-hoo. Like she always gives you yoo-hoos for some reason, Anil, Viridian. And so she goes and she gets a straw. And she's like, here you go, Anil.
Like,
we kind of have to go.
Thanks.
Those boxes moved out of the attic because I really need the space in my lab.
Ramesh is like, not yet. I'm sorry, Onisha. I've just been very busy. We have some. I will get to it. Tonight maybe.
It's okay. I'll work around it.
I'm so sorry. And Benita says, yes, of course. And she like drops into, speaking Hindi and Pakistani speak Hindi. I don't want to misspeak. I'm a little ignorant on this.
Many languages. There's quite a few.
So I wanted something that Viridian could also speak. So if we're okay with saying that this group, that they also can speak Hindi among English, that okay. She drops in and she says, be nice to your uncle. He really wants to help you. We have an inspector that is coming, and we have some things that we need to take care of on a small checklist. And please understand, but we will take care of the crates, please. It's just all this rapid fire delivery of information. And Ramesh looks away. He's a little embarrassed by having to admit that there's a bit of trouble at the store. What do you do?
I kind of lean in quickly to Benita, again in Hindi, let me have a look at the list and see if I can do something. Just a bit later. I just gotta do one thing in my lab.
And Benita says, yes, later. And Ramesh's like, no, we're not. We can take care of the store. She is a girl. She is a high school girl. She needs to take care of high school things. And Benita says, and college. Yes, and college. And they're just kind of rattling off and arguing between each other. They've drawn you into this conversation. You're going to have to extract yourself. What do you do? You're totally feeling, Anil, that this is a thing. Like, this could be a thing.
Anil, would you like to see my lab? You've not seen my lab before. I say loudly, trying to talk over their conversation.
I'm going to attempt to engage their politeness by nodding yes enthusiastically, and then bowing slightly and say into Bonita. Bonita,
Benita.
is that the
Yes.
yes? I say I hold up the yoo-hoo and I say, "Thank you again for the hospitality. I'll see you. I'll see you on my way out."
Nice. And you were able to extract yourselves, and the last thing here has been using such a good boy. Such a good boy. They would be a good match, don't you think?
I heard that, and as we kind of leaving, one of my prosthetics just grabbed an onion bhaji quickly, just like from the cup.
Yes.
Cool. So we'll cut
And then
away.
more quickly.
Awesome. So you guys are heading in, and then during the transition, like in the gutter of where you would head, gutter is the space between panels. Sorry, I didn't know that term until another thing, and then I love it so much that. So in the gutter of you guys going into the shop, or not into the shop, but into your workshop, we cut away and we see the Fiat and look. Oh, sorry, hand up.
Are we going full length? Or because if so, I'd love to have a bio break. Are we stopping
Awesome.
at
We
you
have
and
reached
I's
the
usual
staple.
time, or are we stopping?
I'd like to go a bit longer if it's okay.
Cool. It was
We should have
only
discussed
the,
ahead of time. Yeah, we started an hour
Yep.
late because the time zone changed, but we didn't discuss that we were going to go later for the full session. I'd like to go a
I'm
bit
cool
longer.
with it. I'm
Good.
cool
So
with it. But
it
I'd
is
love a
currently
bio break.
47 after, and so let's just take a 8-minute break. So at 55 after or 5 till, we'll pick back up again. Take a nice long break. I'm going to go walk a dog. I'll be back in a bit. Hello.
Hello.
I have returned.
We are all here.
Wonderful. Good. That was perfectly timed. Or maybe I was a minute later than I initially intended, but I got to walk the dog, and that was lovely. So thank you, gentlemen. We pick up after the fold, right? The staples, right? We flip around and we see a little Fiat, a Honda Fiat. Luckily, it's convertible. Top is down. And little Onion Kim is driving. And we see, like, the first shot is her, but we see this giant elbow near her head. And then we pull back in the next panel and we see that, the gigantic Atlas is sitting, like, your arm is almost like you could reach out and touch the ground very easily. Your knees are probably bunched up, I imagine.
Yep, they are.
Super uncomfortable. Not much for the leg room, those Fiats. Fits her perfectly. It's cherry red, and she's actually on the front headlights. There are little lashes.
Oh God.
Because it's cute. It's so cute.
Yeah, yes.
And she's listening to some kind of bubblegum pop. Oh, no, K-pop, because why not? It's Onion Kim, and I like K-pop, so she is listening to FX. And she driving along. Of course, we see the lyrics of the song in the lower part of the panel, with the music notes to show that's the song that's playing, and it's all upbeat stuff. And she says, "I got to see all the stuff you did for that bakery. That was really amazing. You are so strong. Have you ever lifted a building?"
I mostly fell in it.
Right.
I was trying to catch that girl, but then I sort of went over the edge instead. And well, Viridian was, I'm not sure, I think he was trying to help me, but instead it sort of accelerated me and pushed me down on the floor with his. It wasn't pleasant.
And she reaches up and she kind of pats your giant forearm. Are you okay now?
Still kind of pissed off.
Yeah.
Because then we tried to catch up again, but then Viridian sort of took us to the mall. So I missed all the action.
Oh. Seems like you guys are still working stuff out.
Yeah.
Wow. I really like
back. And then we managed to, well, I say we, but mostly Armature managed to talk him down.
Well, that's good. I really like playing with Viridian in the band, so I'm sure you guys will work stuff out. I mean, maybe you should just be the leader.
Of what?
The band. The group. You came up with a name for our band, so you're obviously really good at making those kind of snap decisions stuff.
I don't know. Like Viridian and Armature are all smart, so.
Well, they're smart, but Armature kind of talks in circles. She needs somebody to talk sense to her sometimes, like you. And she pulls up outside of your, we hear the little, "You've arrived" from her phone, and she's pulled up to your house.
Yes, I agree. um, quick question. Does this count as someone comforting me, comforting and supporting me?
Well, she's an NPC and doesn't roll dice. You
Oh,
gotta. Do you have a?
yeah. I mean, clearing conditions is often clear condition when someone else comforts or supports me,
Okay,
and I'm still angry.
I think so. Let's do it. Sorry, my Chidi. There's a dog outside that has decided to be annoying and bark, and Chidi's telling them this house is protected.
Yes. All right, thank you. Then I'm less pissed off already because someone told me like, hey, you're doing good. And I sort of like, thanks for the ride. I mean, I could have walked. It's fine.
Well, I enjoyed your company.
I enjoyed your company too. You're very nice.
And we have the the little hearts around the bottom of the frame, and she's watching you walk past, like looking up and watching you walk past, and you head up to your front door and head home. What, Marcus? What is your room like now?
The first thing that the camera focuses on is like the top of the door frame, which has a bunch of distinct cracks in it. and then probably have like a quick scene of Marcus trying to get into his room and like repeatedly.
Oh, like flashback scenes of like previous
Yeah.
times. That's awesome. He has a lot of different haircuts each time. Nice.
I mean, not even he's not been like this for that long yet.
Okay, sorry. Like different shirts, like to show this happened over multiple occasions. Yeah, I like it.
And yeah, then like inside there's like so there's a bed that obviously has been like manually extended, like it's like it used to be a regular bed, and then they put some extra boards and added like half an extra mattress and
It's like a king size mattress that they put an extra, and then they laid a full size sideways on it, kind of thing. Oh, nice. Probably dominates most of the room.
Absolutely.
What do we see on the walls at Marcus's room? Do we see like posters or the trophies?
I think he has some like some posters, like Foo Fighters, some rock bands mostly, and then like somewhere in the corner, there's still a wheelchair standing.
Oh man, that's neat. It's like folded up, but it's there in the corner. We see it. Very cool. I like that. Good. Anything you want to do in this scene? I definitely want to establish it and kind of get a feel of Marcus at home.
Yeah, no, I mean that this is good.
Awesome. So we cut away. Maybe you put on headphones or Bluetooth headphones or something like that, and we'll cut away and pick up with the workshop.
You probably hear some Foo Fighters come on.
Yes, definitely. Like it was a light blue color for Eunyoung Kim listening to K-pop and the lyrics there. Now we see more of an angry red Foo Fighters style. So obviously you guys listen to very different music, but she doesn't know that. So we listened to music together. It was great. So we cut back to the workshop. Of course, you're passing by the crates. They're stacked up. Yeah. What else do we see here in the workshop?
Well, it's in the attic. It's like, whatever the...
Oh, the pitch? Yeah, you're in the pitch of the house. That's awesome.
So, it's not a huge amount of space, and there's like a lot of shop supplies, boxes boxed up. Like you can right up near the door, and then there's like cables strewn across the thing. There's a table set out with loads of just parts and pieces, and then like a computer. Well, I think a few multiple computer displays set up that are like just attached to any space big enough, with like readouts and things and frequencies and.
Do you have the machine that goes ping? It's very
One
expensive.
of those ping, yes.
Good. Most expensive machine in the entire workshop here.
I'm looking around at all this stuff, and in some ways, this isn't like, aside from the fact that these are plugged in and whatever, strange equipment is not unfamiliar to a student of the arcane. So this is just a slightly more modernist and less spooky version of my father's lab, essentially.
I kind of like sweep aside some parts, some stuff, and then like set down all of these in the bag, and like pause for a second. It's like, thanks for letting me take that at my own pace back there.
Hey, I'm not one to talk, really, am I? I mean, I just threw Atlas into a building.
Have you created a supervillain?
Give me time.
I smile a little. Okay, and then I I think I've got some sort of container that I can drop something in. Like has like when I open it up, it has like the for some reason I'm forgetting the word. The thing that's used in all 90s action and sci-fi movies. If you want towards the end of the movie.
What? A trash compactor?
Terminator 2, Demolition Man. The thing that makes things cold.
Liquid nitrogen?
Liquid
Thank you.
nitrogen. Yes, thank you.
The thing from all 90s movies. Yeah. It's like a container with like the kind of that kind of smoke of liquid nitrogen coming up off it. I like start dropping the parts in and then lock it. That should keep it inert, just in case.
Do you want me to add a magical binding just to juice things up?
Knock yourself out.
So since I have time, since we're not on the file actually, and it doesn't take much. Like I'll dip my finger in some water and draw a circle, and then I just sort of bow my head and put my hands together in that same way that in the picture. And because I assume, Rich, because this is mostly just color, that this is not something you're going to want me to roll
Nope.
freak for.
I was actually looking to see if there's a move you wanted to engage because I was thinking it was just color, but yeah.
Yeah, cool. Because one of his three things is binding. So I just figured I'd introduce it. And the thing briefly is sort of limbed in LIMNED, limbed in like a sort of flickering green field of energy, and that soaks into the container.
I scan the container.
Okay, it's regular, whatever Viridian added Did nothing really you get out of it?
I'm gonna figure it out.
It doesn't matter to me. I already have.
I eat onion bhaji aggressively.
It must be nice to think you understand the rules.
It's not understanding the rules. It's figuring out the rules. I don't understand everything, and I will, but I will.
Ha. At some point, he's going to give.
It's quantum manipulation. I bet it's quantum.
At some point, who is it? Isaac Bonewitz that wrote. Sort of he wrote a book for Steve Jackson Games called Authentic Thaumaturgy, but it's based on his actual work, stuff that he published as a serious occultist. And he outlines like 32 laws, different laws of magic, attraction, sympathy, all of that stuff. But then some of them they keep going. So at some point you'll get a copy of the Isaac Bonewitz book and you will never read it.
I just discard that nonsense. I imagine there's a load of just fiction and other things that I've been given, and I just pile it up, ignore it.
Huh.
Do we end on angrily eating an onion bhaji and the threat of a book arriving in the post?
I don't know. I mean, we can. Anything you wanted to actually do to the sample of?
I think I would probably start a scan. I don't know if it'd be instant.
And I didn't see vulnerability. Like, it didn't feel like either of you were necessarily sharing. But do you guys feel like you shared a vulnerability here?
I don't think so.
Cool.
Just
I got to see the two different worlds there, and I'm sorry, Paul.
Yeah, that wasn't my goal in that. Although I probably should have thought of that, but that wasn't my goal.
I think I need to signpost it at the beginning of some of the scenes you guys have, just to remind us of it, because it really paid off, as you saw. it's definitely a thing.
I mean, I definitely kind of went through my head a bit, but then I was like, it didn't feel like that.
I think as that scene sort of, and there's suddenly a on the radio, and then you see a shot of Marcus lying on his bed, and he's sort of holding his earpiece to his mouth and going hey guys, it's me, Atlas.
Yes.
So, Sarah, are you on? No. So I think we need to find Seraph.
We do.
And also, I think we need a name. We've been working together a couple of times now.
We're not. I hope it's better than Teenage Gerbil Uprising. No offense, Viridian.
Hey, I'm the compromise candidate. All right.
But maybe we should find Sarah first, because I think she needs to weigh on this.
Yes, I would say. So
where do you find an angelic creature like her?
Well, let me see if Sister Occultist has anything. But I'm suspecting that it will take at least another 40 minutes real time before we're able to find her.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. And also, and then I say, like, as if it's just occurred to me, oh, I'm sorry, I have to go make a phone call. Do you mind
Okay.
if I step out,
Of course.
Armature? Thank you.
I start doing some scanning of the sample. Because
So I'm going to step out and call Ashley's phone, just to make sure.
Nice. I love it. The mixing of the worlds. If only Ashley were here to answer it instead. It will go to voicemail. And you hear her angelic voice. Because that quote kills me. I love that quote so much.
So I am not gone very long when I come back in, and I don't, I get back on the comms and I say, well, where do we want to start?
well, if we can find
Does
that
anyone
girl,
have a phone
maybe
number for
we can find
Heaven?
Seraph. Sorry, Atlas.
Is there a phone number for Heaven? He said.
I just if we find the girl, we can find Seraph. It's
right. And why don't you check? I'm looking at all the computers. Why don't you check and make sure there's been nothing on the news about Saphira or Seraph, or on the wires, on the interwebs.
one of my kind of cables goes out and starts typing on one of the keyboards. It's like I've given the admin access to that one. Knock stuff out. I need to do a scan of this sample while I do that.
Okay. So I'll check for Saphira and Seraph sightings. I'll check whatever the Halcyon City equivalent of Twitter is.
Ooh, yes.
Well.
I think we may have to go with our previously established and play by post of mass. We'll call it the Buzz. I do think there might be something that's on.
There is a in one of them the latest masks supplement.
The Agents of Aegis.
Yeah, there is something for gossip.
I know there's the gossip columnist, but that's not the same thing. Hero.
It's like a school gossip one. I don't know if it applies.
Oh, that sounds good. We'll have to look that up.
Look while
social media X.
Yes. And I will check and see. I'm assuming that if there are any sightings, they're contradictory.
Of course.
So it's not really very useful.
To it. Yes. And there's some pictures, and there are, of course, people who are debunking it, saying that picture's from so-and-so time ago, and one person's like Photoshop, all that good stuff. So it's very inconclusive.
And someone jumps in with, the moon landing was fake.
Flat earther, shut up. All that good stuff. Lots of things. Cool. So let's skip it. And I'm sorry, you wanted to actually examine the sample of Project Diffuse that was delivered to you. It is inert because it was cut in half by a magical sword. But there is enough of a signature there, and you may be able to get something out of it. So let's see some roll some dice. Yeah.
All right. Well, just check my moves to make sure I've got something that's. Well, okay. This is involving my scientific insight. I have achieved mastery with the field in science and technology, which is cybernetics. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to assess the situation. I get I may ask a single follow-up question.
Sounds good. I like it.
Yep. I'm going to roll superior, I believe. An 8.
An 8. So you get a follow-up question and a single question from assessing the situation.
What here can I use? I think I might have gone on to the wrong question. How could I best end this quickly? As in, no, that's not what I'm asking.
Yeah, we maybe need to come up with some kind of research move when we have a scientist and a scholarly magician. It might be a good thing for us to look into. I think we'll call that move the bunny ears or something, maybe.
Yeah. What here can I use to see if this is the only part of the Project Diffuse, which is the original project, is in the city? If basically, I want to know if this is the only sample of it in the city. Like if there's.
Oh yeah, no, that's not the only sample. It's possible that there's a coding number that you catch on one of the tentacles, and it appears to be a sequence. And when you count those, it's kind of like you found a batch of things, and there are it's pretty advanced within the sequence.
Yeah. Can I get a feel of if it's localized to an area, or this is my follow-up question.
Yep. I know. I'm listening.
Like, is it localized in the city?
Yes, it is here.
I mean, like, is there a specific location within the city that it's like amassed, or is it spread out?
So I will follow up with it. So the answer is they are amassed. Like they're in multiple places. What you get from this is that this was some one of many of a series of probes that were sent out. That the mass of Project Diffuse is here and looking for something. Probably landmines.
Yeah.
That's what it was made for, so you know that.
Shoot the kaboot. I say in Hindi, with pre-prepared Hindi insults. It seems more directed at myself than. And I just.
Now, you could potentially develop something to track that signal or to send out a signal and kind of get into the mesh network itself.
Yeah. I think since it doesn't seem to be causing any major danger yet, I think I'm just going to set my supercomputer kind of just. I'm putting an algorithm to kind of start just brute forcing, trying to crack the code and get in, so I can deal with other things.
Okay, so this is one where you've effectively backburnered it. You set up a thing to run in the background and try to notify you once you get into that mesh network. Sounds good. Awesome. Good.
That's the research?
Yep. Would that be unleashing my powers, or would that just be a...
Yeah, let's have you well, if you unleash your powers and you get a success, you're gonna want like an answer now. And I'm not sure if that was what Armature's intention was, so we can hit the move if you would like, that's no problem. Just may produce more direct results.
Let's say it's back burner until we see what's happening with the whole what Viridian was doing.
Okay, cool. So let's see what Viridian was doing.
I think, like,
Or Atlas.
well, the thing is, Atlas, while Armature is doing research, I think Atlas is still talking on his comms, like still with his little earpiece in his hand, like, hey,
he's still on about the team name.
no. He's now going like, and I'm basically talking to Viridian and going like, hey, Viridian. So I'm sorry I was being difficult about your teleportations going wrong and stuff. I mean, I know I can only imagine that it must be pretty hard to do that sort of stuff, and like, I no hard feelings or anything like that. You know, you're trying.
And I say, thanks. I was really frustrating to screw that up twice in 5 minutes. And I'm definitely going to practice.
You can imagine. I'm actually trying to, of course, comfort or
Yes, yes.
because I think that you have to.
I do.
Yes. He's conditioned up. He's heavily
And-
conditioned.
Because I have influence over you, I get a +1.
Which is good
And
because it cancels out your
because
-1 mundane.
And because you are my rival, I get another +1.
They have a positive to this. That's great.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna try to be efficient in this. Character sheets. So it's a plus mundane, and then where's the and then situational bonus of 2. 11.
Wow. You feel
Awesome.
so comforted. On a
And
10
support
plus,
it.
you can also add a team to the pool or clear a condition yourself. I don't think you have any, so you want to add one to the pool.
It's wait, let's see, because there's you could also choose to take a advance, I think, or what's it called? An XP? No, that's not what it's called.
Potential.
Potential. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, so on a hit, they hear you, they mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if they open up to you.
Right. And I opened up.
Mhm.
So I do one of those things, right?
Yes.
Mark
So I'm
potential, clear condition, or shift a label.
That's I'm reading comfort or support. And on a hit,
on the
they
template,
hear
you can also clear a condition. I
also.
could clear the condition.
Right. On the 10 plus, you can
However,
also.
Because I have the friend move for my pull. When I comfort or support my love or rifle, I mark potential anyway. So I think I mark potential twice then?
You can choose to do so if you want, or you can add the team to the pool, which is currently at 1. If you want to take that potential, though, go ahead.
Yeah, I desperately need to
Ding,
level up
ding.
so that I can so that I can get more moves for my friends and rivals.
Sounds good. Oh, that was a sweet moment. I'm glad that you interjected that. That was great. Cool. So you did your research. You got the thing on the back burner to check out the piece of Project Diffuse. What do you guys want to do next?
What's Ian doing?
Do you want to use that gossip move that I sent directly to you, Rich?
Yes, let me share that with everyone so that we can take a glance at it. I don't know if that's exactly what you're after, but it's a great move, so I'll happily share it with Tossability. This is from Agents of Aegis, which is the most recent. It's from Unbound, right? Isn't that what
it's from the Phoenix Academy.
When you put an ear out for school gossip, name it, and roll plus mundane. On a hit, the GM will share the juiciest rumor bouncing around the school or the most relevant rumor regarding a person or topic of your choice. Of your choice. That's pretty great. Very flexible. On a 10 plus, you may ask a follow-up question. On a miss, the rumors you hear are about you, and they aren't good. The GM will shift your labels appropriately. That's pretty amazing.
That does kind of work quite well if we're trying to track the woman.
The woman mean
yes.
Safia?
Saphira.
Yes.
Safia.
Seraph. Okay. Safia.
No,
okay.
Well, I was thinking we would track Sophia.
Okay.
No.
Sophia.
Yeah.
The NPC.
The NPC, yes.
Is she in the NPCs of Note yet? I don't think so. She should be. Is she in the NPCs of Note yet? I don't think so.
I don't think
she is not, and I will add her. That is a great point. Thank you for pointing that out.
And Coppertop?
Yeah, I put pictures of them, but on a map that you guys don't have immediate access to. So that is a note to self there. I will. Oh, it's not easy to add pieces to the table. I don't know how to add row below. I did it. Awesome.
Like the boss.
So yeah, Viridian, you have access to one of the computers, and if you wanted to check feed.
Sure, Rich. Do you want me to try it?
Yeah, give it a shot.
I forget what I'm rolling.
Mundane.
All right. Well, my mundane's pretty hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Send you the screen cap of the move.
That's a fail.
Can we? No, we can't help anyone in this game, can we? Only.
Oh yeah, you can team pool.
How bad did he fail? 6.
So I could get it up to a
7.
To a mid-range.
Yeah.
Let me look at the mid.
Or do you want the XP?
I'll just take the XP, actually. And that also means that probably someone is posting about me throwing Atlas into a building. Because if that's what you'd like, Rich.
I like that. I like that a lot. You did my work for me, and I'll take it.
And you get to shift my labels again.
Sorry, I'm adding Coppertop, so I'll take a look at your labels now. Viridian. Yes, it is. There's some people who've memed out the bakery. There's some background music of from Super Mario Brothers. Like for some reason they did the ocean level. That music is in the background, and they just like they have an animated GIF of you slamming Atlas into the bakery and then pulling it back and slamming him into the bakery again, and then it ends with him just going and just falling off, and it's like
with Thwomp sound effect.
Yes. And it's of course like dig Viridian's magic powers with a Z. And I think it's like hashtag bakery fail.
Oh Jesus!
So I'm gonna lower. I'm gonna increase your danger, and decrease your savior. Right? That seems appropriate. Stop helping me! Stop helping me! You do it. Yeah, I don't want to touch her.
I don't look up, but I'm like, have you found anything? So I'm still kind of inputting.
I quickly close the screen. Not that it won't be seen by tomorrow. but I quickly closed the screen and I said nothing's popping up. I'll give Sister Occultus a few more minutes, and then I'll get in touch.
Cool. And so Sister Occultus was doing the research on the Claymore for you? No.
No, she offered to help find Seraph.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Sorry. I was like obsessed with the fact that she pwned you and you leaned into it, and it was great. Yeah, she's not going to get back to you for probably like 24 minutes or so.
I think
Okay.
I might go full force and, put all of my concentration then on this trying to track.
I think it's time for us to engage the move. Let's do it.
What would be? I guess it's unleashing my powers, because I'm trying to
Feels like
spread
it.
my
It's,
senses
yeah,
out.
that's,
I forget if I have any bonuses or things when it's to do with my shame.
oh, I don't know.
My shame. No, nothing. Nope. I will just roll. The hit.
All right. That is a weak hit
As a weak hit.
or a moderate success. And so when you unleash your powers of the 7 to 9, you can mark a condition where the GM can tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Let's the unstable and temporary.
Awesome.
No. Yeah.
That's good. So you tap into the mesh network, and the moment you do, you realize there are immediate countermeasures that pop up and start to fight your intrusion. Like the network starts to change its frequencies and it's bopping through a few different bands, and you're unable to you get knocked off, you pop back on, and you guys kind of keep chasing each other across the frequency. You drop out of the normal radio frequencies into like an ultraviolet band, and you get to a point where it stops moving, and you actually you hop ahead on one signal and then have to drop back. And you hear over the radio waves, and it will come through a speaker on your, maybe you've got a radio of some kind here.
I think I've got loads of speakers and radios and from multiple computers.
Awesome. It comes through all of them here. Mama?
You need to come back and deactivate. You have an error. I need to run some diagnosis.
No, Mama. No, Mama. We will show you. There is no malfunction, Mama. We are fixing things. We're finding all the bombs. All of them, Mama. You'll be so proud.
Listen to me. Come back. We can do it together.
No! No! No. We are not a malfunction. No, Mama. You don't understand.
I can help.
We are doing this for you, Mama. If you help, then you won't see we're not a malfunction. We'll show you. We love you, Mama. And then the transmission stops. What do you do?
I sit down. Well, kind of my prosthetics kind of flow into a kind of a seat as I slump down.
I probably don't do this often, but I'm gonna actually walk over and put a hand on your shoulder. You have one flesh shoulder, right?
I have both shoulders.
Oh, both shoulders. Okay.
It's from either just above the elbow or just below the elbow, depending on.
Cool. I'm sorry, I just hadn't looked at the picture right recently. Yeah. I put a hand on your shoulder and I say, "You're not alone. We'll figure this out."
Oh, that is textbook comfort support. Roll mundane.
And I do have influence.
You do indeed.
You get a +1.
That's right.
Yep.
You do have a -2 if you still have that angry.
Right, but it'll show up. I still have angry.
That's all
You're right.
meant to happen, yeah.
You're right. It'll automatically show up.
I did not comfort or support you at all.
So the good news is
I get an XP.
that you get an XP, which in this game is called potential.
I know how I could respond.
Yeah, let's have you respond because like you had that conversation. It doesn't exactly reach you. I've got a move that I'll be rolling out in just a moment. But you go ahead. Do your thing.
I'm not alone. Yeah, I know that. There's like, by my calculations, at least 10,000 out there in the city. Possibly. Got tons of friends.
I withdraw my hand from your shoulder.
Oh, God. Like, I almost don't want to do a move. That is just so freaking good. Oh, man, that's
Can I take angry? Can I just give myself a condition?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that feels weird. Someone fails and I give someone else a condition. That feels so.
You can still punish him. I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm like, I'm like
so good. Sweet. Okay, cool. So we'll let that scene fizzle out as it were. And
So I mean that's flash in the pan. This is not
okay, you're right. You're right. Fizzle out is absolutely the worst one. We'll say that it like fades there with the cracking lack of friendship reaching out there. That's so awkward and teenager and perfect. And we pick up with the two of you. It's the next day. Two of you are going into Hope Prep, and you're walking up the steps, and there are a bunch of kids that are all heading in. It looks like you're dressed in the normal school uniforms of Hope Prep. And as the two of you are, well, maybe you're not going up together. You just happen to be going up at the same time. There's probably like still a little bit of.
Oh yeah, there's like coming in from both different directions.
Yeah. It's like it was like, oh, you're kind of perpendicular, and you're about to hit a point, and that's when and Atlas, you're here. I don't know why, because you go to college
for reasons. Yeah,
you're here for convenience of reasons and comic book. So maybe
I've forgotten how her name is said, but maybe
Safia.
No, the other
Seraph.
No, the girl from the band.
Kim. Could she be?
Yeah.
Kim. Yeah, she drove. She is good. She's driving you.
Wait, can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Maybe the high school hires Atlas on a part-time basis to like spot for people in the weight room as a way to make some cash.
I need to make some cash. Yeah.
You get a part-time job at the Hope Prep gymnasium. That's amazing. You're showing up for your first day of work. There you go. That is so good, Paul. You
Which
get
means that I'm looking around a bit confused. Like, is this one?
and Onion Kim sees you, and she's like, "Oh my god, I thought he was in college. He's a college boy." And Liz was like, "Go talk to him," and because she's always the person who encourages Kim to throw her heart away. And that's when you hear a gasp, and some kids look up to the sky, and coming from above is this person. He is, by the way, yes, he does have those like really tall boots. And you can't quite see it because I did a transparency, but he always has around his person like this light force field. His name is Zion. He is the leader of the Transcendent Crusaders. And yes.
I am ready to not like him.
It's okay. He
He's wearing
accepts
a
that.
cape.
He is wearing a cape. It is a pretty dope looking cape. So Zion, he like floats down. He does the thing like the total Superman style, like just floats down and hovers above the three of you. And he says, "Children, we need to talk." And we will end today's session right there. Yes, he does have a heck of a package. Thank you for pointing that out. So that will be the end of today's session. We have some end of session stuff to discuss, and roses and thorns. At the end of every session, you choose one: either grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team. And based on the choice, you get some mechanical options. We will start with Viridian. I think I know 2 of the 3 answers today. Viridian, did you grow closer, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
I did not grow closer or grow into my own image of myself.
Okay.
Because I got 2 pretty effective emotional social thrashings today.
Rough day for you.
So I think I grew away from the team.
I love it. So when you grow away from the team, explain why you feel detached, which you just did. Take influence over you away from another character.
Does Armature have influence over?
I do. I thought that was going to be.
No, you don't.
I said I've influence over you.
No, I mean, if you do, then stop it.
Oh, yeah.
You do no longer.
Yep, there we go.
Atlas, did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
Closer. And it was actually Viridian that made me feel closer.
Oh.
Because like, he's like, there was that realization, like, oh, the way that I'm trying to figure out my strength, he's just doing the same thing but with magic.
Nice. You give influence.
I already
him.
have influence.
You do? I don't see it on your
Yes.
thing. I see Armature and Seraph.
Oh no, I don't. That's
Huh?
right. I forgot.
Awesome. Then now you have influence over everyone.
And then Atlas, you may clear a condition or mark potential.
I will mark potential and
You just jump on that saddle. The XP horse.
I'm on the horse and I roll over, and this is what it was all for.
Devious plan, Atlas. That is wonderful. And last but not least, Armature, did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
I think away from the team because.
Why do you? But wait, why do you feel detached? Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, I feel like
It's a family thing.
yeah, yes. My family drama got laid bare, and yeah, I lashed out a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Take influence over you away from another character.
But I think the person I lashed out at. So really,
Fair. All right. Cool.
Okay, fine. I'm glad we didn't.
You two suddenly hate each other. Wow.
Project Diffuse, is that an adult, I wonder? I don't know. Probably not. It seemed pretty
It's younger than me.
Yeah,
Uh,
cool.
I do have an end of session move.
Oh, yes. I was actually...
And also something we might have missed is when I'm confronted with my shame, either mark a condition or shift superior down and danger.
Oh, we should have done that like right then and there. Crap.
I mean, I could change those stats now.
Do it.
I'm already guilty, so I can't. I could be insecure again. But yeah, I'll switch danger up and superior down.
Oh, if your shame's an NPC, they can never lose influence over you. It's wonderful. It doesn't matter if it's an adult.
Okay, there we go.
Influence.
I mean, of course they can never lose it. There's
Right. I know. It's
there's
just shame. That's so clever, and I just hadn't realized that.
I'm guessing I'll say what the move is just for everyone. At the end of every session, answer the question, did you take steps to make amends for your shame? If the answer is yes, mark potential. If the answer is no, give full influence to one of your teammates.
I'd say yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I completely.
Yeah, I mean, with the way you picked up the pieces and you tried to get the thing to behave, it didn't.
Yeah.
But you tried.
Yeah.
I mean, baby steps at best, but you took steps.
Yeah, I took one
Oh,
step.
I forgot it's not Paul that has the
Cool. Guys, I've got my wife's just arrived with groceries. I need to help to carry them in. So I am going to forestall our roses and thorns, unless if you guys want to wait around for like 5 minutes, cool. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and cut it at this point.
I can wait.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna mute myself and go help carry in groceries, and I'll be back, and we'll do roses and thorns.
All right.
I have a advance.
Me too. Wait,
I need to take one as well.
and mine is easy because I'm just going to take, because one of my advances is like choose another 2 roles from the bull's heart, so I can suddenly also be a defender and a listener.
Nice.
Which, like, it's so weird because you only start with 1. It's like, oh, that's not so many, and then like you take 1 advance and you get 3 out of 4 instead of just 1 out of 4. Okay. So yeah, easy choice.
Yeah, mine's a little hard. I need to get some GM clarification if I'm allowed to fudge advances I can take, because I've got like 3 take a move from your playbook, and then 2 that are taking a move from somebody else's, but they're very specific. They're not like there's no take a move from another playbook, and there's some stuff I would quite like to take if I could.
I mean, take a move from another playbook. That's
Yeah, I haven't got any of those.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Okay.
I think everyone else does, but I don't.
We got 2 of them, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've got take a sanctuary from the Doomed playbook, take drives from the Beacon playbook, and 3.
Specific ones. Okay.
I was hoping I could get at least 1. There's some fun stuff. I could take damage from the newborn, which is I get an extra condition, which is just damaged, which I thought could apply for my prosthetics.
That could be interesting.
And then there's a roll superior when engaging an enemy that underestimates you, which is Littlest Space Bandit. I'd have to change the wording of that, but since I'm a very small Indian girl, I can imagine that coming up. But there's some good brain stuff, so I'll do that first.
Oh. We'll ask the. What was he called again in this game? Is it just.
I always think it should be called the narrator. I think it's just the MC like normal, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what I meant. Like,
When I gave him titles, it just puffs him up. That guy.
The NPC monkey.
So many windows, though. That's still downsides to this.
Yeah. That's the good thing about the app, is I don't have to. It brings straight to the forefront the role and also the modifier thing for inputting modifiers.
Yeah, but like I mean, I have a tab open with the playbooks, with the basic moves, Roll20, Hangouts, and then of course another one with my character sheet. I'm like, right, and I was going to take listener because enabler seems not to fit with my character.
You're not an enabler? Oh.
Oh.
I don't want to be able to contradict the team leader during battles. So, bonuses or.
Good deal. All right, let us do our traditional roses and thorns. That is our feedback method, where we figure out what went on today. I'll go ahead and throw out the thorns so nobody else can snake it. Sure wish Jin was here.
Oh, yes.
Would have loved to have seen Seraph. And if you guys don't mind, what I'd like to do is the next session where we are gathered, carve out a little bit of the front half just to catch Seraph up to see what she was doing with Safi.
Oh, yes. I mean, I think I was sort of like, if we hadn't done this scene that we just had, I was totally ready to just go like, yeah, no, Atlas is going around the city trying to find her.
I think I may actually reach out to Jen and see if she wants to start like a little bit earlier. We'll see. I may not be able to because I'm on a wait list for a game that ends like right before our normal game time, and we're back to regular time. So we'll see. All right, good. So there, I snake that away from you. I know, Alex, you were itching to jump forward with that word. Steal it from you using my GM fiat. Speaking of fiats, that was the best. I have a lot of roses around contributions from certain player today who was on point, but we'll save that until now. We start with thorns. Who would like to go first?
You steal the main thorn, and then.
Looks like Alex is going first. What thorns did you have from today's session?
Oh, I don't know. I needed time to think because
I know. I took the easy one.
I am pretty thornless myself.
Yeah, I mean, I
was just gonna say, like, look, the only thorn I had really was Seraph wasn't there, and that was like, there was. But other than that,
yeah, I mean, I was like momentarily like, oh, a little bit of splitting the party, but then we have communication system, so that really helps.
Yes. So let's go ahead and move into roses then. Who would like to go first for roses?
Me.
All right, go for it.
I mean, my thorn from the previous one was like we didn't get a lot of time to interact with each other and have feels, and we had all the interaction and feels. So I was like, yes.
Yeah, you guys tapped that vein for sure.
There were many feels.
Cool. Good. Thank you very much for that. Who would like to go next with the roses?
I really liked being made very uncomfortable by the Project Diffuse, and it's calling me mummy.
Creepy AF.
Yeah, that was like. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's how it's gonna. Oh, but yeah, I definitely approve of that direction.
Good. I love that it has influence, even though it's definitely not an adult.
Yeah.
Playing a petulant AI was fun as hell. As a Rose, thank you for handing me a golden opportunity to the character. Awesome. Good. Thank you, Alex. Any other roses?
What Jan said with the, we got to have feels and have little character moments, interactions, and play off each other. Yeah, love that stuff.
Nice. Good. And Paul, what roses did you have?
The look on Alex's face when you hit him with the squiggly tentacle bits was awesome. I feel like I'm starting to get a really good sense of like Atlas as a character too. I think since I wasn't there for the first session, I feel like I'm kind of understanding now how Verdian and Atlas interact, and I'm glad for that, because this session I didn't throw anybody into the side of a building. Although in retrospect, that also is a rose, because had I not thrown anybody into the side of a building or taken them on a side trip to the mall in the last session, a lot of my particular drama wouldn't have happened. And Rich, the Evanescent D-bags are the super team that you love to hate, and the transcendent whatevers. And good job, man. Good job.
I had found the picture, and like all I have to do is show the picture. He's literally done nothing, and you automatically know I don't like this guy. This is the leader of Coppertop's team. Yeah. Good.
And now I need to start a band called the Evanescent D-bags.
Side project for Viridian.
Yeah, would they do some kind of like
that is solo kick
some kind of throat singing dubstep or something that's very hipstery? I don't know. That's like
yes, absolutely.
Good. I've
got a didgeridoo.
Yes, didgeridoo. You a didgeridoer? Oh, you're a didgeridoo. Okay. By the way, there's a didgeridoo in Letterkenny who runs a Christian dating mingle thing, and he's just great. That character is hilarious. If you have not seen him, I strongly recommend Letterkenny. It is blue as all get out, but it's the best comedy that Canada's put out in years, many years. And I'm a fan of Kids in the Hall, so I like Canadian comedy. I have roses to hand out. Paul, the Fiat, thank you for that, along with the picture of the Fiat, but even suggesting a Fiat was just perfect. That you were so on point with contributions today, and you absolutely enriched this game. Thank you for not getting mad that I couldn't even find my own note that was literally right there saying it was Dame Judi Dench. And thank you for not mocking me, because that was very mockable as I looked down and went, fuck, it's right here. Alex, thank you for having read ahead in the material for the Aegis move. That thing is brilliant, and I'm totally sticking it in our Mask Halcyon City moves. It counts. That was super fun. Jan, I had to mute myself so much, not just because my dog was barking, but oh my God, I was rolling. You were hilarious today. Atlas is just, God, he really tickles me. Like you've just tapped a vein that's like right into my brain of not totally here, but smart enough. Big guy that is just great. It's just great.
I love that voice.
Yeah,
I love that kind of DX, kind of like it's like a breaking time for him to end. Like I can't imagine him just ending a sentence. It would all go all the way to the end, no matter what somebody starts saying. Just slowly.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Like at one point, I was like, "How dumb is he?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I still don't know how dumb he is. Like, is he dumb or is he just plotting, or is he like I love it. It's fascinating. It's great.
Well, as big as he is, right? You got to imagine the vocal folds are very long,
Mm-hmm.
and it will take some time for them to start wiggling once air goes through them. So,
Happens. Come out
I
like
could totally install like a second brain at the bottom end of your body, you know, to speed up processing.
yeah,
That's like dinosaurs.
like dinosaurs, yes. I'm gonna actually, Rich. I'm gonna throw out for those of us those that might be in the home audience, a final rose for Alex. The poster for Teenage Gerbil Uprising is now available on the I95 Games website at i95games.com.
Yes. So that, of course, means a rose for Paul's effective and seamless and invisible multitasking. Guys, this was
another
good.
rose for Alex for the He-Man shot of.
Oh man,
As soon as drawing
That's
that,
sword.
like, yeah, that's
That picture is so great. I was like,
Like and then Rich just finishing it up with a, yeah, you have the power. Oh.
Oh, so fun. So fun. This is a good session. I really enjoy this group of characters and I always love playing with you guys. My home group, I consider you. So with that, that's our Roses and Thorns. And I look forward to playing with you again next week. As a reminder for the players and for anybody who may not know, we'll have Paul for half a session. Your first half, right? First half, not last half?
Yes. Yes,
Okay, cool.
first half.
And we'll be starting at our normal time, 1:15 p.m. Eastern, which is like later than that in over there across the pond. Cool. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in a week.
See ya.